Well, welcome to the podcast.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Yeah,
I'm so excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you. Would you like to introduce yourself and we'll get started there?
Absolutely. My name is Deason, and I'm the studio owner of Barre3 Huntsville.
Awesome. So I know your journey to Huntsville wasn't too far. I mean, I think you're originally from the Haleyville area, which isn't too far away from here. Talk a little bit about your journey to get here to Huntsville and when you first came.
Sure. I've been here about a decade now or so. Grew up in Haleyville and just the small town feel, even though Huntsville's not huge, but it's a lot bigger than a small town that I grew up in, and knew that I wanted to move somewhere, and Huntsville was the choice. And I came here. Originally, I have a background in cutting men's hair. I used to do. That's what I used to do. I have a cosmetology license.
Yeah.
And, so I worked here and moved here, and then started to life changed, and started getting really big into fitness and health and things like that. And then, found Barre3 and started and worked there for front desk, and just fell in love with the company.
Yeah. And so is kind of your, like, as you've gotten into health and nutrition and fitness, were a lot of the things that you were like reading up on and learning about kind of just self-taught as far as
Absolutely.
kind of like areas of like how to like meal prep or how to eat healthy, and then also areas in which to work out to kind of balance that?
Yeah, absolutely. My husband and I are both into fitness. And so he was able to, we used to, work out at the gym together, and he would teach me things and on what I need to be doing, and just kind of learning that way, and learning how important fitness was and how it makes you feel. And then going into working at Barre3, I went and took a class and did like a 2-week little trial, and just was like, this is it. This is it. And a little bit between then and then working or going to Barre3, working front desk and taking classes there. I had been wanting to do something in the fitness industry, and something in maybe nutrition or something. And also had this like urge to do something in a boutique, like a retail space.
Okay.
But I didn't know where it was going to go. It was just kind of hanging, and kind of like the desire was kind of in my heart a little bit. But my husband and I had talked about it, and we were like, oh, how cool would it be to own a gym? And we were just, and then I was like, oh gosh, how cool would it be to have a boutique? And then all of a sudden Barre3 happened.
Yeah. And it was like a 6-month time frame.
Yeah.
Like, it was a fairly quick from being at the front desk to then becoming the owner and operator.
Yes. So I started working there in January of 2023, and then had the opportunity to purchase the studio in August of 2023.
Wow.
Yeah. And what the cool thing is that it is a fitness studio, but we also have a retail space inside so the two kind of came together, and kind of the vision was put in my head a couple of years prior to that. And then finding Barre3 was like, everything came together.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh,
this is perfect. This is exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah.
And so I guess has that entrepreneurial spirit, even when you were in cosmetology school and kind of being your own boss as cutting hair, like, cause that, I mean, you pretty much are your own boss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Has that always been something you always knew you wanted to do, is be your own boss? Or is that something that kind of happened later in life?
No, that was something that has always been a passion. I do love to work for myself. And I have done a few small businesses, just myself, no employees, but being, having that drive to build something, and to that entrepreneurial spirit that you're talking about, it has always kind of been in my heart, the whole, my soul. And I knew I wanted to do something, and I always did something on small scales, but then, now having the studio and having employees in a brick and mortar, and the dream has just kind of come true.
Yeah. And so you take over in July or so, August of 2023, you take over, you become the owner. What was that, I guess, like that, you have 4 months left of the year of 2023. What did that 4-month process look like as you're kind of like, you get thrown into this thing pretty quick, and you have these last 4 months of the year to kind of work on curating what it is you wanted to do in the space itself and classes, and what was that initial 4-month period like, kind of becoming this new owner operator?
Well, I'll be honest, it was very hard. For one, now I'm an instructor at the studio. But at that time I was not.
Wow.
So I really didn't know what it was like to be an instructor. And Barre3 is a franchise. So we do follow a set of guidelines and things like that follow into the brand, right? And so, coming into a space, going from just being a front desk worker to be like, hi guys, I'm your new boss. This is what we're going to do. It was a little challenging. The staff was very welcoming and very excited to start the new journey. But just kind of getting things just, putting in new procedures and just the way and building a stronger team work and being able to connect with the community more and just really build up that trust. It was a little challenging. Looking back, those were some hard months. Now going into that season again, and looking back and saying, we've grown so much. And, but I've learned a lot. And, one of Barre3's core values is the love of learning. And I feel like that's something we're always learning. We don't all have it. We don't know everything, and in business, you're always learning. Oh gosh, well, okay, I got to do this, or I've got to, lead my team in this way, or I've got to fill out this form. And so, getting to learn those things, it's been a great opportunity just to develop, my wisdom and using that to, eventually help others and, encourage others. But it's been a journey for sure.
Yeah. And so for those that are listening or watching, that might not know what Barre3 is, just talk a little bit about what Barre3 is and kind of, a little bit of those core values that you talked about, but like kind of that experience that someone would have if they were to join Barre3 or go to a class.
Yeah, absolutely. So Barre3 is a fitness studio. Obviously, bar studio is built into the name. But basically, we're built on, it's a low impact workout. It's a full body, balanced workout. We combine strength, cardio, and mindfulness into our classes. Now, about a year ago, we only had one type of class, and those three strength, cardio, and mindfulness was built into that one class. So you could go to one class, you got everything that you need in 45 minutes to an hour, depending. But now we have more classes now. We have what we call class extensions, and they're basically an extension off of our base class, which is called our signature class. And we have B3 strength, B3 cardio, and B3 mindful flow. So a little bit of a deeper experience into each of those categories. So basically, when you come into class, you're first going to walk into a studio that's, first of all, very beautiful to look at. It's very aesthetically pleasing, very calming. We have the retail space in there. We carry high-end retail, high-end activewear. We also have a area, it's called Play Lounge, and which is childcare. A lot of people do not offer, a lot of businesses don't offer childcare for their fitness. So we do have that available childcare for the parents that need to bring their kids so that they can put themselves first. Specifically women tend to, be more of the, have the kids with them more, and they can't go work out if they can't bring their kids. But you walk into the studio and it's, again, it's a very aesthetically pleasing. You've got windows, you've got mirrors, we have a cork floor. So we work out barefoot.
Wow.
You can wear grip socks. Some people wear little socks or whatever, but, and the reason we do that is so that you're grounded. So we ground our feet into the earth and be able to connect. So, and then you have movement in there. We have music. We have highly trained instructors that provide a well-balanced workout. But the beauty about Barre3 is that Barre3 is really redefining what fitness is in the fitness industry. I think that in the fitness industry, we're conditioned to believe that if we're not lifting the heaviest weight, we're not successful. If we are not on the treadmill the longest, or we're not the skinniest, then we're not successful. And that is not what Barre3 believes. Barre3 believes that you honor yourself. honor your body right where it is. And we empower our clients to be able to come into the space and choose the weights that's best for them, or maybe the resistance band that's going to be best for them, or maybe they don't want the resistance band because it's just too much for that day. And just to be able to listen to your body, choose what's best. So we give a lot of modifications and different options during the class. So it's not a one size fits all class. It's really designed to build up to the mountaintop, but then you're like, or you can do this, you can ditch the band, you can lower your weights, or you can ditch the weights, whatever you need to do. So that people leave feeling successful, not broken down and, oh, now I got to go take a nap. Yeah. I'm about to die.
I will never come back. This was terrible.
I need 3 days to recover, or I've hurt myself trying to push that weight over my head. And so, that's kind of the beauty. When you start to listen to your body and you have that mind-body connection, not only do you use that in your class or your workout, but you use that in your daily life. And so Barre3, really, we talk about prepping our body for our everyday life. So it's not about let's give so much into our workout that we hurt ourselves, but we lifted that weight, and now we got to go home and ice our shoulder for 4 days and we got to go to the chiropractor. It's more of, it's so low impact and more controlled and very, very focused on form, that it builds up strength and endurance and mobility so that you can go and do your daily life. You can lift that package off the porch, or you can pick up your kid, or you can squat down, and you can go hiking. You can, be able to, to walk and to get up. Like we joke, get off the toilet when you get older. That's one of the biggest things when, you get older, having a hard time squatting and lifting yourself up, And so we prep the body for everyday life and for longevity.
Yeah. And so I think it's like thinking, I mean, it's incredible just to see the passion that you have for what you do is obviously evident. And it's interesting. I think that childcare element is such a unique thing. Is that something that's included within like sort of the classes itself, and kind of what does that membership look like to Barre3? Is it a certain amount of classes a week? Is it a certain amount of classes a month? Is it a flat fee that gets you allowed to go to unlimited classes? Or is there a variety of tiers that kind of suit that individual the best?
Absolutely. We have different pricing options to fit any need or any budget. We do have an unlimited option, and we do have pass, like if you wanted just a certain amount of passes per month. If you're already doing something, maybe in the fitness, you already have something going on, you just want to add Barre3, there's options for that. The play lounge with the childcare, it is extra. You do purchase passes to be able to bring your kids. And so, yeah, we have different options for everyone.
Yeah. And so, I mean, as you've been this owner now for a little over a year, going into year 2, is there something you can think of that was one of those biggest things that you've learned becoming this owner and operator that maybe you really didn't think you were going to have to deal with, or even be a part of, or maybe it was a skill you didn't have that you kind of you've had to grow over the last year?
That's a great question. I do have a background in management. I did manage a hair studio back in the day. So I do have that management and leadership skills. But I think the biggest thing and that I've had to learn is balance. Balance between, not only am I the owner, but I do run day-to-day operations. So I'm technically the manager of the studio and present in the studio. So being able to be a leader for the front desk and the leader for the instructors, and just being able to have that balance, and also being able to take care of things that are the business side, and learning all of those things. I think that's also been a very big learning curve. I'm very, very lucky. I'm very, very blessed, but I'm also, I'm very strategic on how I've built my team. And I have an amazing team. And my team believes in the mission of Barre3 and the vision that I have for Barre3. And that is to create a space that is where people can come to and feel comfortable and build a community, because that's something that everyone needs and not everyone has, is a community and has people. So we're big on that as well. But I'm really lucky. Like I said, I have such a great team, and just pouring into them and developing that has been just really fun to see it grow. But I think the biggest thing is just balancing everything, making sure that no part is left untouched or uncared for.
Yeah. And I think, having that management background, sometimes the hardest thing for new entrepreneurs, business owners, is the management of people. And I think having that skill prior for you was probably one of the things that you weren't as worried about. You were just like, yeah, I got to find the right people, and I got to make sure they understand the vision that I have. But managing people, I got. It's like all like the specifics of like some of the business things, or like as the business owner, you wear so many different hats, and being able to know how to balance when taking off one and putting on the other, and making sure that you're kind of like you said, where you need to be when you need to be there. And allowing your team like the trust that you have in them. That's like, hey, you got this. I don't need to like hold your hand or be a part of it with you. As we're finishing up, this episode will come out early November, finishing up 2024, moving into the new year. Is there exciting things that you're looking to do at Barre3? Pop-ups, events, community things, any sort of thing that, that you would want the audience to kind of know about?
Yeah, we are looking into getting some pop-ups on the calendar. Excuse me. I'm still recovering from pneumonia. So, and which is a testament to, using myself as an example of listening to my body. I have been, recovering, which, I've lost a lot of muscle mass and my energy level. But last night I took my first class and was able to do it successfully. It was, I probably was probably the weakest person in the room, but it's okay.
Probably a pretty sort of day, but it was great when you did it.
I was
glad
like,
you did it.
Oh, but it was great to find that movement. But anyway, and so it just kind of shows that even if you are your lowest self, you can still do it and you can make it happen. But yeah, so going into the next couple of months, we will have a big Black Friday membership sale.
Okay.
So you definitely want to be watching out for that. It's one of our biggest sales because it's Black Friday.
Of course.
And we'll have a retail sale as well. But we're really excited to go into the holiday seasons. It's just such a great time, a warm time to be able to get together and have movement in our bodies. And even though it's cold, and then it warms us up. So definitely want to, make sure you come in and check out what we got going on, because you may fall in love with Barre3 just like I did. But yeah, Q4 is coming, and we're kind of here, almost here.
Yeah.
We're going to finish out the year strong.
Yeah.
And we're looking forward to meeting new people and adding to our community.
Yeah. And I think, with that Black Friday sale, it might be the great time for anyone that's listening or watching. If you're looking for a gift for the holiday season that's maybe a little bit more unique and personal, maybe giving the gift of Barre3 to somebody else is something that, it's not as can't really wrap it in a bow and put it in a box, but it's something that, they get to enjoy, and it has the all year long, or even 6 months out of the year, whatever it might be. So if anyone's listening or watching and they want to find out more, where is the location of Barre3? Where's the best places to connect with Barre3 online?
Okay. Yeah. The best place is going to be Instagram. And that's our handle is Barre3 Huntsville AL.
Okay.
So definitely want to follow us on there. We post everything that you need to know, tips and tricks. What do you wear to Barre3 or how to reduce stress, or why do we do planks? And you'll get to see kind of tips and tricks. And then you're also going to see connection with the community and our classes and our staff as well. You can also go to our website. It's barre3.com/Huntsville. And you can view our schedule there, pricing options, everything is right there on the website. When we do offer a first class free, so you can come take a class for absolutely free, no strings attached. I have a feeling that you will be back. And so we offer a couple of little intro offers, 2 weeks and a 1 month offer. So you can always try it out before you commit. But yeah, and yeah, so Instagram, Facebook is it's there. It kind of gets transferred from Instagram, but I don't like Facebook as much. I like the Instagram and our website.
Perfect. Yeah. And we'll have all the links to everything in the episode notes. So if anyone wants to find out more information, links to their website, links to their Instagram, addresses, all that information will be there. But I appreciate you taking the last little bit to talk about your journey at Barre3 and kind of the vision that you have moving forward. I think the passion for what you do is evident, and I continue to look forward to the impact you'll have in the Huntsville community for years to come.
Absolutely. Everything is about the community, and being able to connect with others is the most important thing.
Well, awesome. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. Yes. And I look forward to hopefully having you on in a couple of years to see all the new changes and the growth you've had.
That's right. I'm excited. Looking forward to it.